All hail your queen, Krista!
Spartans to Halo Headlines for the week of September 13th to September 19th, part of Halo Podcast Evolved, your home for Halo. I am your host, Krista, and with me today, the script says David, but instead it is Tom.
Hello!
Hi!
I can confirm I am not David.
Ah, that's good, that's good. We don't need two Davids, that would be really confusing. Before we get started, we just want to give a quick shout out to our Patreons for their continued support. So thank you guys so much. Yay!
Thank you guys. Yay!
Head over to patreon.com/Halo Podcast Evolved to learn more about the exclusive rewards that we offer our patrons. And let's just jump right into it. So we had an Inside Infinite come out talking about just so much stuff about Halo Infinite, and a lot of it is stuff that we kind of have experienced in the flighting, because we have taken time out of the flighting to record this show for you, because we love you so much. So instead of going through Inside Infinite, we're just going to talk about the flighting for a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, that's a pretty good plan. Is this your first flighting, Tom, or is this your second? It is not.
I am a veteran at this point. I've done both the Infinite ones and I've done some of the MCC ones.
Same!
Go us!
Both Infinite ones! Yeah! I do like playing against other players instead of the bots. No, this is 4v4. 4v4 tends to be very try-hardy. People don't want to have fun. They want to win, and that's about it. And it is very reflected in this flight. People have gone so hard. It's not a social arena. It's like a competitive arena right now.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's been very sweaty, and that's why you haven't had a good time, Tom? Because sweatiness?
Yep, 100%. Just too much sweat, you know? I will say, I think it's nice that there's things like the training mode and the bot slayer, because that sort of makes it more accessible for everyone. So I know I've had a couple of moments where I've like thrown my controller down, been really annoyed, and then I'm like, oh, I can still play. I just don't have to play with other humans. This is good.
Antisocial, yeah!
It's like real life has come to Halo for me. I can be just as antisocial in the game now.
Yay! I believe those two things, the training and the bot slayer, those are available all the time, but the PvP was only available for like 2 4-hour windows per day, because I guess 343 wants us to like eat food and go to bed and stuff like that, which is super lame.
Wait, we're meant to eat food? I just get plugged into a charging station now and then.
Are you a robot?
Moving on.
I would feel like a robot would be better at video games, Tom. Come on.
That was hurtful. Maybe the lack of skill is to make it all the more convincing, and you'd never know.
It's like how you have to program bots to miss some of their shots every once in a while.
Exactly. I was going to say, I am interested to see if the training mode and just the training mode actually, because the bots go offline whenever multiplayer goes offline. But I'm interested to see if that training mode and the shooting drills are going to be available in the week, or if it is just 2 weekend windows where everything's open.
I think it might just be the 2 weekend windows, but don't quote me on that.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, no Halo Infinite for an entire week. It's gonna be a sad week. And then after that, who knows when we'll get Halo Infinite again.
After that, we'll get another delay.
Yeah. Oh god, they're gonna be like, it's coming out in 2552! Yeah!
So you can live out the events in real time.
Yay! So this weekend is the 4v4. Next weekend is going to be 12v12 big team battle. So hopefully people won't be as try-hard in the big team battle, because big team battle's never really, like, super try-hardy. Most of the time it's just like, hey, I'm gonna play around with the cool vehicles and weapons and kill people for fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it ends up being that way. It'll be really cool to get hands-on with more vehicles, because obviously we got Behemoth at the end of today's flight, so I've played around with a mongoose, a warthog, and a ghost. But I'm really excited to get my hands on the scorpion, to be honest with you. I think that's a beefy boy.
Both of the flying vehicles as well. I would love to play around with the flying vehicles, Banshee and the Wasp.
I'm really intrigued about how the Wasp is going to play compared to Halo 5, actually.
Oh, yeah. Have you tried grappling any of the vehicles?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. You just automatically hijack it, which I love. You don't have to press an extra button or any shit like that. You're just automatically hijacking the vehicle.
You're literally straight in, and you can do it to get in vehicles as well. So I was running up towards the Warthog, and I was like, I don't want to run anymore, so I just grappled onto it, and you go in, and you fill the seat that you're closest to. So I can imagine there being some fun multiplayer gameplay where, say, for example, you're driving a Razorback into combat, suddenly you get a couple of people grapple into the back to join you. It would be really awesome.
Also, just, at the beginning of a big team battle match where everyone's trying to fight and get to a certain vehicle, sooner than others, you gotta be the smart person and just go for the grapple hook and then grab the vehicle of your
Either
choice.
get the grapple hook and get to the vehicle straight away, or get the repulsor and knock your team off the map so they don't get the vehicle.
I feel that there's gonna be a lot of trolling maneuvers with the repulsor. It's already been a little crazy with people bumping me off ledges and, bumping themselves off ledges, and you can actually bump vehicles with the repulsor as well.
The mongoose and the ghost go flying. The ghost, if you get it in its spawn on Behemoth and just hit it in the spawn, straight on, it will go off the edge of the map.
You could just asset deny it for everyone.
Yep.
Can we talk about the ghost sounds? The ghost sounds so good.
The ghost sounds really good, but I tell you what sounds really weird. Did you get to hear the Warthog chain gun at all?
No, I haven't.
It sounds like it's like a really small caliber weapon now.
It's not like the really hardcore...
I feel like the Halo 5 one, there's like a really, really beefy sound underneath all of the chain guns, so it feels like really sort of meaty with how it's got that sound effect, whereas with this one it's just very... almost like a pea shooter.
Maybe they'll change that, because they changed a lot of sounds between the two flights, so...
I hope so. I'm interested to see what kind of feedback they get on it.
I've seen a lot of people complaining about the aiming, but I guess I'm stupid because I haven't noticed anything wrong with it. I've just been like, what do you mean? I hit things every once in a while.
I really struggle with the sidekick. If you pop someone's shields and you're close quarters with them and you pull the sidekick out, if you put like 3 rounds into their chest, it won't kill them. It just wants you to get that headshot.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And I'm like, I'm not this skilled. I'm not going to win this firefight.
I'm not a headshot guy. Leave me alone. You gotta stick with the AR, because the AR is pretty beefy for an AR, honestly.
The AR rips through shields.
I feel like it's appropriate because I feel like the AR has been underpowered for years now. But it's definitely changed the dynamic of PvP just in general, I suppose.
I'm about to break you here, though, Krista. Get ready for this.
Okay, I'm ready to be broken, please.
The plasma pistol overcharge doesn't EMP vehicles anymore.
I know, that's crazy. But you know what does? I forget what it's called, but it's like the electric...
The shock rifle? Yeah.
Yes, that does EMP vehicles. So that one does...
Dynamo grenades do as well, the electric grenades.
Yes, those do as well. So... I think it's cool. So the plasma pistol's only going to be for shields basically now, and not vehicles. But I think it's appropriate. I mean, I'm not super mad at it. You just have to find a different set of grenades or another weapon in order to EMP vehicles. I feel like, I've played a lot of games in Halo where just people will just stun lock you and troll you with the plasma pistol, and it's really annoying.
I'm that kind of player.
Do you do stuff like that?
Of course not.
Okay, good. Because, we'd have a problem then. But yeah, it's nice to have kind of rare items to be able to disable a vehicle like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really interesting, actually. There's a huge skill gap in this game, I feel like. So weapons like the skewer, the sniper rifle, the shock rifle, actually, you have to really nail your shots, because if you don't, it's brutal. Like, if you don't land that skewer shot, or if you don't land that initial shock rifle shot, you're dead. There's no real pulling it back. And I feel like Halo 5, where you had like the thrusters, the shoulder charge, stuff like that, you could maybe work around it a little bit more and find a way to get out the line of fire or do some more damage. But in this, if you miss your shot, you're done.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah.
On that positive note, if you miss your shot, you're dead.
You're dead! Yay! I think it's overall been a good experience. It's very different from Halo 5, definitely.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, actually. Even the vehicles, to an extent, are very different. So the seat swapping mechanic is back, which is really cool. But the mongoose and the ghost are really quick now. They are speedy.
They are very speedy.
Yeah, it's just everything feels, I don't know, it's evolved, you could say.
You could say that. You could. Yeah, it's weird that they've taken a lot of maneuverability from Halo 5 and just removed it completely, but the game still feels fast. It doesn't feel slow at all.
Yeah, no, it definitely still feels pretty decent. Yeah, I think the only thing for me that I really sort of had alarm bells over was the sensitivity. I tried turning my sensitivity up to max because I like being able to, if I'm in a firefight and somebody comes up behind me, I want to be able to turn around quickly and sort of engage them as well. And I found that the max sensitivity settings on this at the moment really don't allow for that kind of pacing. It kind of locks it to that slower pace, which is quite interesting. It's a really interesting middle ground, I think, between classic Halo and sort of the more enhanced movement that Halo 5 had, and I'm really interested to see how they continue to fine-tweak it over time.
It does feel like it's definitely, paying homage to some of the old Halos and how they worked, but also it still has the convenience of modern-day shooters, which I like.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of summarising it. I did want to say quickly as well, actually, I know we spoke about training mode briefly, but I got in the zone. I took some more time out of the technical test for you guys.
Oh.
And I did put a short video up on our YouTube channel that's just some initial thoughts on the training mode and its potential. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun to see how that kind of grows and how they add features to that over the next 10 years. Because I think any kind of game mode where you're playing with bots, if you build on it, it could be really, really cool.
Yes, definitely. So, did you find any good Easter eggs or anything like that?
Oh, Easter eggs. They're not really out on supermarket shelves yet, you know? They kind of come out about December.
Yeah, Easter, they're kind of focusing on Halloween for some reason, but I kind of wanted, Easter eggs.
Yeah. Not really anything that I didn't find the first time around. So the first time around, I think the main stuff was on Bazaar, where you had the Master Chief newspaper, the Spartan 4 recruitment poster, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've not actually really noticed anything else. Although I will say, it is worth noting that in training mode you can set it up so there's no bots at all. So if you wanted to actually go through and do some Easter egg hunting, you can do that now, because it's not like the first technical test where it was, you got to do it in a multiplayer match. You can go in and play around without anyone else on the maps now, at least. So maybe I'll have to go and do that.
Before it's closed forever, which is in only a few hours, which is sad.
Well, it's only 11:20 here, and I have to be up at 6 for work tomorrow. I'm sure I can make it work.
Do we want to just move on to the next thing then? Do we have anything else to say about the flighting overall?
I think the main thing Actually,
there are no dinosaurs, so I don't know what else you're going to add.
No, I'd just say I think it's been fun that people have got the opportunity to do this. And I think it's important to remember that this is still very much an old build of the game. So be thoughtful with the feedback that you're putting out around it, because there is going to be a lot more work done on this undoubtedly before it comes out in December.
Yeah. Yeah, this is 100% not the final version that we have currently, so I think there's a lot of people complaining unnecessarily on Twitter, but that's kind of what Twitter's for.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go over some of just the multiplayer technical preview overview that kind of came out.
Yeah, go for it.
It obviously provides a bunch of different general information about just the preview that we just experienced. Of course, we have training mode. You can customize the following options. It's on the fly mid-patch. Bot difficulty, number of friendly bots, number of enemy bots, weapons, grenades, equipment, reveal enemy location, play fighting, infinite ammo, and deathless. So that's pretty cool that you can have that. I believe it's going to be in the next preview as well, so go ahead and check that out. By the time this comes out, we're going to be looking at next weekend for our Halo Infinite goodies.
Yay!
And finally, we have some Halo concept art. So 4 pieces of concept art was left in the game. Files of Infinite's technical preview. 343 wanted to officially release them ahead of the flight and didn't want to delay the flight to remove them. They are non-spoilery, and they are included in the art of Infinite from Dark Horse Comics. You have some thoughts about this concept art, so please.
Krista, I need to blow your mind again.
Oh, my mind is so not ready to be blown again. You're going to have to wait at least 38 hours.
Well, I'm sorry, get ready. This might be the end, Krista. We say there 4 pieces of concept art. That's how many pieces they put in the article. But the article also links to a zip folder that has 70 pieces of concept art.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? I hope that was on purpose.
Yeah, it was on purpose, because those were all the files that were in the game, because they're going to be loading screens.
Wow, they have 70 different loading screens? That's incredible.
I don't know if they'll end up using all of them. They might have been mocking them up and sort of experimenting with them. But there's some really interesting stuff in there. And again, as if I prepared this earlier, like Blue Peter style, I have a video on our YouTube channel talking about the concept art and what it potentially means for the Infinite campaign. Do go and check that out. But the main sort of notes to take away from it are obviously initial, really, really early concept art, so a lot of it might not transition into the final game. But there's a few interesting things. There's lots of emphasis on the sort of topography of Zeta Halo. So lots of caves, valleys, fields with those rhino creatures from the very first trailer in. All of that kind of sort of geography of the ring to make it look really distinctive and make it look like, although there's one biome, will perhaps be exploring lots of different sort of geographies within that biome. There's also a lot of Forerunner structures, including some structures which look very similar to those found on the art.
Ooh.
Sort of deep valley structures as well, and kind of similar to the things seen in the Behemoth map as well. Some artwork around the UNSC. So you get the UNSC sort of using camouflage netting to hide vehicles on the ground on Zeta Halo, fighting against the Banished from the shadows, that kind of stuff. A lot of concept art around the Banished and an interior for a Banished spaceship, including lots of rubble and wreckage that they've clearly got from the battle that happened on the ring, and also drop modules similar to those which the Spirit of Fire has, which very closely resemble the big sort of rectangular structures that you see the Banished have set up on the ring in the E3 gameplay demo. So definitely something that transferred through. And then a couple of other big bits of artwork that were sort of embedded within there. There's some with Chief fighting against different brutes. And then there's one piece with Atriox stood over Master Chief with some of his armor shattered.
Oh my god, Atriox is on the field, baby!
Lots of cool stuff in there.
How is that not a spoiler? They said it was non-spoilery, but I mean, come on. I mean, if Atriox is going to be in the game, that's quite a spoiler.
Well, that's the thing. That's their initial concepts, and these are really, really old bits of artwork. And obviously, the story and narrative director has changed on Infinite, so whether all of these things come to fruition or not, we don't know, but it provides a really interesting look at the kind of scale and scope that they were envisioning for Halo Infinite, and that gets me excited. If you're doing open world Halo, you've got to do it properly, and it looks like a lot of thought has been put into that from the very offset. Told you I'd blow your mind?
Oh my god, I need to actually go through them. I haven't gone through them. Maybe I'll do it when I'm supposed to be doing, like, work or something.
Who works, anyway?
I know, right? I mean, come on. Yeah, so if you haven't looked through that, it's called The Art of Halo Infinite. It did come out on the Halo Waypoint on the 343 blogs. So go check that out. Tell us what your favorite artwork is, if you do so desire. It's all over Twitter as well, like a lot of the artwork I've seen all over Twitter. So that's really cool. I believe at the top of the show, I read the script. I think it's actually September 20th to 26th, but we're just going to skim over that. Oops. This is what happens when we're left alone. Oh no. I just read the script. I don't do anything else.
Krista's in charge now, so she writes these scripts as well.
I write all the scripts by myself with no help.
She runs
ever.
the website, she does the social media.
It's just a one-person show. It's very taxing.
I'm actually Krista doing
a British accent, yeah.
Yeah, do you know the thing where, like, they do a puppet and they do a voice for the puppet? I can't think of the name of it.
I'm a ventriloquist.
Yeah, I'll just be sat on my next Builds with Blocks episode and my lips will be moving, but it'll be your voice coming out.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be great. Let's do that. Sounds like an editing nightmare, but we could do that.
Sorry in advance, Matt.
We're giving him all the work. So that's about all the news and stuff I have. Do you have anything else to add? Any thoughts, comments, complaints?
I think
theories.
Don't, Krista. We know me and theories.
Well, if you start talking about Jurassic Park, I'm turning it off.
Okay, right. No. Hear me out, because this is something that did cross my mind the other day. Actually, the Halo universe is very vast, right? Lots of different planets, lots of different solar systems. What's the likelihood that there is a planet out there in the Halo universe that still has dinosaurs on it?
Oh my god, I knew it. The Ark has dinosaurs on it.
Oh my god, it does!
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I need to go and digest this.
Have you read Hunters in the Dark?
I have, and I completely forgot until you just said it then, and then I twigged the cover art as well that's got them on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe that's gonna be... It's not the best Halo book, but it does have dinosaurs in it, so it's right up your alley. You can talk about the dinosaurs in there. You can do a whole lore episode about the dinosaurs.
I need to be alone with Hunters in the Dark tonight.
It's just me and in the dark with Hunters in the dark.
That sounds very wormy.
Yeah.
But no, I was in all seriousness, I was going to say I think it's a really, really exciting time at the moment. I think we're getting closer and closer to release, and it's so awesome the amount of times I've logged into Twitter and seen Halo Infinite trending this week.
Oh, yeah.
So, really exciting to everyone out there listening. Thank you for joining us for this ride as we approach the release of the game. And I think we're all very excited to get our hands on it soon.
I couldn't have said it better myself, so I'm going to close out the episode so I don't have to talk anymore and ruin that statement. Thank you for listening, and join us next week for the next Halo Headlines. If you enjoyed this episode and are unaware, we have many, many other shows, so you can check out our website, halopodcastevolve.com, to find Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Halo Book Club, and Builds with Blocks. We also have partners, Will and Josh, over at HCS Pro Talk. They talk about competitive Halo stuff that we have no idea what they're talking about. So, they just celebrated their 200th episode. They had a 2.5 hour with esports lead 343 Tashi, so that's crazy. I don't know how you got someone to talk to you for 2.5 hours. I can barely get someone to talk to me for 5 minutes, but whatever. We're all different.
We're running out of time here, Krista.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Once again, special shout out to our patrons for supporting this episode and making all this possible. Head to patreon.com/Halo Podcast Evolved to learn more. And with that, I've been your host, Krista, and next time, to Evolved!
Evolved!